We are live at Coletco. I was waiting for my mic. Oops a daisy. I was waiting for my mic to turn on. That's what Chris Farley says. Oops a daisy. That's going to leave a mark. Alrighty. Alright, so part 2 tonight, we're going to be selling rare pieces of art. Rare pieces of art, part 2 tonight. If you thought you were here for records, you are wrong. You are wrong. No records tonight. We're doing art, rare art, and books. Rare art and books here for part 2. I'm just joking. Just kidding. Okay. G.G. Allen art. G.G. Allen. Ken, what did you put a picture of? It looks like a little flame or something. Let's see here. How was dinner? I didn't eat. I'm on my fast. Little headbanger, yeah. I'm on my fast. Let's see where I'm at. Come on, app. My battery's low. Well, let me restart that. Well, my phone's being slow. I will eat tomorrow, if I'm awake, which I probably won't be, at 11:48 a.m. I have not ate in 5 hours and 26 minutes and 15 seconds. So, I didn't eat. Just water, which I need to go get me some right now. I would love a Sprite, but technically that would break the fast, but I might do it anyway and still say I'm fasting, because I'm like, how does liquids break a fast? But it's the sugar and all that, so. Okay. This is called the Zero app. I will tell you about this free of charge. When I went on my trip, it messed me up. I didn't do it for like 4 days, but isn't fast just starving yourself? No, that is not what that means. Starving yourself means you're going on a hunger strike and you refuse to eat at any time for a long amount of time till literally you start dying. A fast is when you take about an 18-hour break from eating to let your body digest and reset, and then you eat a nice, nourishable meal and you feel a lot better instead of eating randomly all throughout the day. So, but I don't know if I can. I went grocery shopping today, and I bought a bunch of cereals, like 5 different brands, and so I'm already like thinking about the chocolate Cocoa Pebbles I want to eat when I get home. I'm like Jerry Seinfeld when it comes to cereals. You ever seen Seinfeld, his kitchen? He's got all kinds of cereals. And they're in alphabetical order. Seinfeld fact. Alphabetical order. Also, another Seinfeld fact is a picture or a Superman reference is in every Seinfeld episode, Tanner. Every Seinfeld episode, all 191, there is either a Superman picture or a Superman reference. Okay, let's start selling some records. We're going to reduce some stuff so cheap on these Japanese records. We're going to sell the rest of this crate. You're going to buy them. First thing we have is Pipes of Peace, Paul McCartney. Just a $25 start. Pipes of Peace, Paul McCartney. Pipes of Peace, Paul McCartney. This is a Japanese Odeon pressing. There's the Near Mint LP. There is the Japanese insert. Here's the cover with Obi, about a VG Plus. This is going to be a $25 start. Paul McCartney, Pipes of Peace. We're also going to do this for just a $25 start. Deep Purple, 24 karat purple. 24 karat purple. 24 karat purple is a Japanese Deep Purple hits compilation. That's also a $25 start. Who do they think we are? Fireball, or excuse me, Woman from Tokyo, Fireball, Strange Kind of Woman, Never Before, Black Knight, Speed King, Smoke on the Water, and Child in Time. Those are $25 starts. Budget discounted. Okay, let's go through these one more time. Price on Metallica at the start. I have not shown a Metallica at the start. Maybe you could help me out a little bit more specifically on what you're talking about. I'll be glad to show it to you. Collective Soul, Hints, Allegations, and Things Left Unsaid. Reissue the double platinum breakthrough debut album featuring the hit single Shine and Breathe. Collective Soul is $34.99. I have 2 copies left of Iron Maiden. Well, I may have more, but in this bin, I've got Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind. There's Eddie, Peace of Mind. This is where they're eating his brain. Peace of Mind, $36.99 for Iron Maiden. We got 2 copies left of How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. That's by U2. That's a limited edition red vinyl, 15th anniversary. 15th anniversary on red vinyl. That is $36.99. It's been more than 15 years, though. This is almost a 20-year. This is almost 20 years old. $36.99. Slipknot, Volume 3, The Subliminal Verses. Slipknot is $36.99. $36.99. Purple vinyl. Adele 21 is $31.99. Sex Pistols, Ever Get the Feeling You've Been Cheated? That's a live concert from San Francisco, $36.99. Sex Pistols Spunk, that is the demos from 76 to 77 on pink vinyl, $34.99. And Run the Jewels, limited edition white and gold vinyl. Run the Jewels is $69.99. Looking for $25 starts on Paul McCartney and Deep Purple. $25 starts on Paul McCartney and Deep Purple. Run the Jewels, Sex Pistols, Adele, Slipknots, U2s, Iron Maidens, and Collective Souls. Can I interest anybody in anything in that crate before I do some condensing and take those off the table? I'm not for sure what Metallica you're referring to. When the show started, the Metallica album that was on the table, I think you were seeing stuff, or maybe thought you seen a Metallica album. If you could let me know the name of it, I could really help you out. Iron Maiden, Terry, is $36.99. That's new and sealed remaster Peace of Mind. $36.99. I'm going to go ahead and do some condensing. Well, I'll just wait. I'll do that after the show. You might have seen Metallic KO. Metallic KO by Iggy and the Stooges. That's Metallic KO. All right, then the only other crate of new vinyl we had tonight, is right here. This is the only other crate we had. We have Yellow Submarine, $36.99. Nirvana, Nevermind, $36.99. Oasis, What's the Story? Morning Glory, $38.99. Chris Stapleton, Traveler, $36.99. Taylor Swift, Evermore, green vinyl, $31.99. ZZ Top, Eliminator, gold vinyl, $31.99. Janet Jackson, Janet is $44.99. System of a Down, Toxicity is $28.99. And Daft Punk is called Discovery. Daft Punk Discovery, $39.99. Daft Punk Discovery, $39.99. U2, All That You Can't Leave Behind. I should have that, Brad. Let's see. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Love and Rockets, Taylor Swift. Yeah, here's a copy of Folklore. This is on colored vinyl. The hype sticker doesn't say it, but I was looking again at the stock image from my distributor, and I think they were keeping those on colored vinyl. Kiss. Brad, I know I have that. I'm not for sure which bin it has ended up in, but they are 40. It's not a cheap record because it's a deluxe edition. U2, none of U2 stuff's cheap. I think they're $48.99. $48.99. Austin Cauldron wants a Daft Punk. That's sold to Austin. Okay. Wow. Okay. $25 buy it nows if anybody wants these. Paul McCartney or Deep Purple. $25 buy it nows if anybody wants that. Paul McCartney and Deep Purple. $25 buy it nows on those. Get them while you can. $25 buy it nows before I put up some new ones. Let me do. Okay. I'll do that later. I'm really wanting to condense some crates, but it's going to take me doing some extra shifting. So we'll do that later. $25 buy it nows on that one. Let me see what I've got in our Japanese bin here. I'll continue. We've got a handful of stuff. I can't sell them, though, if no one buys them. Paul McCartney Pipes of Peace Japanese pressing was a $25 buy it now, and Deep Purple, 24 karat purple. That's a $25 buy it now. That is Deep Purple. That's also a $25 buy it now. Somebody needs to be all over that. A Deep Purple Hits comp, near mint and pristine Japanese pressing, along with a Paul McCartney album. Brad Moore wants one if you can find one. Okay, I will find one. Let me go ahead and put up our next two auctions, and I'm going to go to the back and fill up a new crate of stuff to do some buy it now best offer. $25 start. Paul McCartney, excuse me, not Paul McCartney, Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel. Simon and Garfunkel's Greatest Hits. It's called Greatest Hits 2. Ignore that. It's not a volume 2. It's their same standard hits compilation. Has all their main hits on it, like Sound of Silence and Mrs. Robinson and Bridge Over Troubled Water. It's a gatefold, has a multi-page book here. This is also a $25 start. There's the original Gold Disc comp. $25 start, near mint and pristine. You want some nice Simon and Garfunkel music to relax to, put this on. It'll do the job. And Elton John Jump Up, a Japanese pressing, $25 start. A little bit of foxing here on the cover. Has the insert, near mint minus vinyl. $25 start on that. $25 start on those. Okay. I really want to find that U2 album for Brad, but we'll take a look after the store. Let me go find some. Let me go do a crate of stuff right quick. Let me go resume where I was at last night on some of the buy it now best offer. Sorry I didn't do it during the break because I was breaking. Yes, even Chad takes breaks. Okay. Hope nobody fell asleep while I was doing that. Jackie Reynolds wants the Deep Purple. Bob McKinney just offered $20. Jackie was first. That sold to Jackie for $25. Chad's starting to sound like Seth, taking it easy. Don't put me in that category. Simon & Garfunkel. Yeah, they sold a lot of records in Japan, for sure. Andy Wade's at 25, going twice, going 3 times. Okay, these are all buy it now best offer. I have no idea what I just grabbed, but we're about to find out. These are buy it now best offer, meaning you can buy it now by commenting, or you can make a best offer. This is the Coasters breaking out. That is sealed. Unopened from 1980, $49.99. $49.99. What's this say? Julie Felix, Clotho's Web. That's a 1972 pressing with insert. It has a seam split, $19.99. Julie Felix, very interesting. 23 Bands, We Are All Guilty, a Northwest punk rock compilation. $19.99, punk rock compilation coasters. What was the price? That was sealed, $49.99. These are all buy it now, best offer. Conversation Records presents Voice of a Thousand Hardcore compilation. Sealed from 1990, $29.99. Craig Thomas is first on the 23 Bands. Paul Beal was second. Michael Nath wants the sealed coasters. Let's go ahead and sell Andy Wade, Simon & Garfunkel for $25. If anybody wants the Elton John, it's also $25. This is a buy it now. I started the show with a couple Japanese pressings. These are buy it nows, no bids for $25. Paul McCartney and Elton John, Jump Up. The Knack, but the little girls understand. The Knack is $9.99. The Knack is $9.99. Lens Farn Live, $14.99. Lens Farn Live, $14.99. The Corgis, or the Corgis, Gold Stamp Promo, $9.99. The Corgis, or Corgis. Yachts SOS, $9.99 for Yachts. The Kinks, Low Budget Interview. Ray Davies talks with Ed Siaki. I don't remember showing any of these. That one I don't know if I've ever been through this crate. $14.99. Might have been a crate I overlooked one night or something. Yeah, I've never shown these before. This Day and Age, D.L. Bryan, $19.99. This Day and Age. Frankie Lyman, Rock and Roll. This is a 1978 pressing, $19.99. Frankie Lyman, Rock and Roll, $19.99. Let's see. Little Bitty Pretty One. That was his big hit. Little Bitty Pretty One. Frankie Lyman, $19.99. Alan Totten, First to Yachts, or Yacht. That's sold to Alan Totten. John Kay from Steppenwolf, All in Good Time, $19.99. John Kay. Speedy King. Yeah, I've definitely not shown these before. Speedy King, You Know What I Mean, $9.99 on Island Records. Live, L-I-V, Livingston Taylor, $19.99. 1971, James Taylor's brother, Livingston Taylor, $19.99. Not quite as successful. Hey, there's the very popular Keep collectible pink Capricorn label, if I can talk. The Beatles, this is $44.99. This is I Want to Hold Your Hand and She Loves You in German, which is something they actually originally sung in and recorded in German. This is a 12-inch single on purple vinyl, $44.99. She liegt dicht and Komm gib mir den Hand. They can make it sound a whole lot better. They actually learned how to sing that in German and recorded it for a German audience. Charlie Lines are for the German market. Charlie Lines, Charlie, name of the album's Lines, $9.99. Sonny Stitt, Tune Up. Sonny Stitt, $14.99. Jim Croce, Life and Times. VG Plus, $9.99. The Life and Times of Jim Croce. VG Plus, $9.99. Michael Nath wants the Sonny Stitt. That's sold to Michael Nath. James Taylor, Sweet Baby James. James Taylor is $19.99. Sweet Baby James, $19.99. The Doors, Soft Parade, 1969 red label, $39.99. The Doors, Soft Parade, red label, $39.99. Bruce Springsteen, Greetings from Asbury Park, EX copy, $17.99. Blinded by the Light, EX copy, $17.99. Do you know if the Tourist is pre-Eurythmics? Are you talking about an album that we showed earlier? If so, I'd have to go find that to check on it. I'm not really for sure. Doc Smith, Frankie for 12, Sonny for 10. We've already sold Sonny Stitt. The Frankie Lyman, I think I can do that for I'll do that one for 15. Frankie Lyman Rock and Roll if you want that, Doc. Brianna Brooks on Jim Croce. Brianna was first today, and Brianna, I think you were watching earlier, so I believe you know how new buyer instructions work. So if you're a first-time buyer, thank you. Be sure to message our page. That's sold to Brianna Brooks. Susie was second, but Susie was first to James Taylor, and Susie was first to Bruce Springsteen. Doc says Smith said he'll pass on Frankie for 15. Terry Westwood, 30 on the Beatles. 30 on the Beatles. This here. Terry, I'll do that for 35. The purple vinyl Beatles single. BG's Odessa. The vinyl is VG Plus, $39.99 for BG's Odessa. Stephen Steele's Live, VG Plus, $14.99. VG Plus, $14.99. Janis Joplin Pearl, VG Plus, $24.99. Janis Joplin Pearl. Terry Westwood said he'll take the Beatles for 35. That's so to Terry Westwood. And Derek Clark says, yes, the Tourist album that was shown earlier is pre-Eurythmics. So Showstopper Rob, it is pre-Eurythmics. Merle Haggard, Hag, EX on the vinyl, $12.99. Bob Dylan, Slow Train Coming, $34.99. Slow Train Coming, very nice copy, $34.99. Some of them are check condition, some of them aren't. Some of them are check condition, some of them aren't. I will read, if I'm not saying the condition, then it's not. If I do say a grade, then it is whatever grade I'm saying. Lee Ritenour, Rio. Lee Ritenour, Rio. That is $14.99. We Shall Overcome, Pete Seeger, $9.99. We Shall Overcome, Pete Seeger, $9.99. Waylon Jennings, Leather and Lace. Waylon and Jesse Coulter, $24.99. Chet Atkins Workshop. Chet Atkins Workshop, $14.99. Chet Atkins Workshop, $14.99. Chet Atkins Workshop. And Doc Smith on Pete. Pete Seeger, so to Doc Smith. Ben, you were second. The Forrester Sisters is sealed. This is unopened, sealed Forrester Sisters, self-titled with hype sticker, $19.99, sealed copy. Pink Floyd, More. This is a VG copy for $49.99. This is soundtrack from the film More. The vinyl is VG, about a VG looking cover as well. Rainbow Tower label, $49.99. Sell to James Bragg the Dylan for $30. Sell that to James Bragg. Huxton Creepers, Keep to the Beat. Huxton Creepers, $14.99. Keep to the Beat, $14.99. Oh, Showstopper Rob was asking, or telling, he was telling the Tourist album is pre-Eurythmics, not asking. Okay. He was just letting us know. Thank you for the information. I read that as if you were asking me if it was. The Band of Holy Joy, Manic Magic, well, that's tough to say. Manic Magic Majestic. That is sealed from 1989, $24.99. Christopher Bodley on Waylon and Hag. I think Christopher's bought from us before. Christopher, if you haven't, let me know. I'll give you buyer instructions, first-time buyer instructions again. But I believe you have. There is the Hag, and let's do the Waylon as well. Christopher, those are both sold to you. Andy Wade, Stephen Stills for $10. Let's go ahead and sell that to Andy Wade for $10. David Hilton needs to put back the Frank Sinatra, My Way. He needs to put that back. Definitely bought. Okay, I thought so. I guess you've changed your profile picture. Sometimes when people change their profile picture, that also throws me off because I'm like, I can see those here on our master feed. There was somebody the other day, they've had the same profile picture, I swear, for years. And I didn't say anything, but last night I noticed they changed it, and it was kind of throwing me off. I was like, whew, this is kind of odd. I've been seeing that same little profile picture bubble for 2-3 years since they've been buying from me, and they changed it. I actually had somebody change. They had very similar names, and they had very similar profile pictures, and I asked one of them to change it because it was too similar looking. And we've had people with the same name. I think at one time we had 3 different Michael Potts buying from us. That got confusing, especially when they were buying at the same time. Don Sepsky, Full Circle, $14.99. Don Sepsky, Full Circle. Sing Some Love Songs, Porter Wagner, $9.99. Porter Wagner at his best, $9.99. Deep Purple, Machine Head. Deep Purple is $34.99. Machine Head, $34.99 for the Deep Purple. Lots of People, John Mayall, recorded live from the Roxy. John Mayall, Lots of People, $19.99. Firefall, self-titled. Firefall is $9.99. The Bee Gees Idea, $29.99. The Bee Gees Idea, $29.99. Very clean copy. This is a 1968 Monarch press. It does have some sticker residue. We should all change our profile to the same. That would really mess me up. Sell Michael Nath, Lots of People for $14. That's John Mayall. Sell that to Michael Nath. Another copy of Bee Gees Odessa. This is a nice one. Nice felt. This has got a felt cover. I hate touching it. I do not like the way this feels. Ugh. Sends like shivers up my spine. $44.99. That is an original 69. Very clean too. $44.99. Deep Purple is not an OG press. It is an older press. It's not a first press. That's the Palm Trees. We call that the Palm Trees or the Oasis label. It should be green. That is $34.99. Bee Gees Main Course. This is in shrink wrap. $14.99 with the original inner sleeve. Very nice copy in shrink wrap with inner sleeve. $14.99. Jive Talkin'. Jive Talkin's on there. $14.99. Fairport Convention in real time. Live 1987. Fairport Convention 1999. Graham Parker, Another Gray Area. Graham Parker is $14.99. Pussycats, starring Harry Nelson, produced by John Lennon, $44.99. $44.99 for the Harry Nelson. Les McCann, Bucket o' Grease. Les McCann, LTD, Bucket o' Grease. That's on the Limelight label, $29.99. Les McCann. Kind of surprised that's still here. The Beth of Arthur Prysock, or that's my best attempt at his last name. In shrink wrap, $14.99. Black Verve label, in shrink wrap. Galax, Old Fiddlers Convention. Is that Galax, Virginia? Is that what that says? Galax, Virginia, maybe. Old Fiddlers Convention on Folkway. That is $19.99. It also includes this book. This is probably an older record, as in when it was pressed, too. These Folkways. 1964. Not as old as I thought, but kind of old. I'm not calling anybody born in 64 old either. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, $34.99. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. White Mansions, A Tale of the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, $39.99. This has got a lot of characters in order of appearance. Jesse Coulter, Waylon Jennings, John Dillon, Steve Cash, and then some of the music. Eric Clapton appears on here. There's some other people too. White Mansions. Michael offered $15 on Galax, and Leslie claimed it. Michael, let me know if you want it for $19.99. If not, we'll sell it to Leslie. Your decision, sir. His Greatest Sides, Volume 1, $19.99. His Greatest Sides, Volume 1, Bo Diddley, $19.99. Charlie Louvin, Going to the Gallows. Charlie Louvin is $9.99. Going to the Gallows. Leslie can have that. Sell Leslie the Fiddler's record. Frogs, Sprouts, Clogs, and Krauts. This is The Rumor. $9.99. The Rumor. Glenn Campbell, an early one, in shrink wrap. $9.99. Too Late, Too Blue to Cry. Too Late to Worry, Too Blue to Cry. Early Glenn Campbell there. John Renborn, Sir John, A Lot Of. $24.99. Reprise label. Don't It Drag On. Chris Smither, or Chris Smither maybe. $34.99. That's on, that's not the tomato label. What label is that? Something, Poppy. Poppy. Glenn Campbell with the inner sleeve. No inner sleeve. No capital inner sleeve. It's got the original price tag. Cindy Carroll wants CS, which is this, Chris Smither. We got back-to-back Kennedy records, the presidential years and a documentary presidential years. UMO Detect, UMODTIC, Fahrenheit, 12-inch single, $34.99. $34.99, that's a 1990 US pressing. An Evening with Groucho, that's Groucho Marx, $24.99. More Orphan Than Not, $9.99. And Joe Cocker, Luxury You Can Afford, $19.99. Let me just read through these titles one more time before I go grab some new stuff to flip through. We go do that one more time. We have Joe Cocker. Let's sell first Terry Gaucho for $20. We have Joe Cocker, More Orphan Than Not, Uno Detect, John F. Kennedy, Glenn Campbell, John Renborn, The Rumor, Charlie Louvin, Bo Diddley. These are all buy now, best offer. White Mansions, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Arthur Prosock, Les McCann, Harry Nilsson, Graham Parker, Fairport Convention, Bee Gees, Deep Purple, Bee Gees, Firefall, Porter Wagner, Don Sepsky, the Band of Holy Joy, Huxton Creepers, Pink Floyd, The Force of Sisters, Chet Atkins, Lee Ritenour, Janis Joplin, Odessa again, The Doors, Charlie, Livingston Taylor. Very nice, actually. Very nice copy. It is. There is not much wrong with this one. White Mansions was $39.99. Speedy King, John Kay, Frankie Lyman. I think this is the only thing I didn't reach a deal on, which was to Doc Smith, and he offered 12. I was at 15. D.L. Bryan, the Kinks, the Corgis, Lynn's Foreign Live, the Knack, the Punk Comp. I think Mike Massey's bought 2 of these from me. That's why he probably didn't buy that. I don't know if he's watching right now. And then Julie Felix. Those are all still available. That was an interesting crate. A lot of odd stuff in there. That's probably, we sold a little bit out of there, but that's why we didn't sell most of them. That stuff was a little odd. Jeff McMaster, the Punk, like Lynn's Foreign. Takes a pretty unique collector to buy a Lynn's Foreign live record. Nothing wrong with Lynn's Foreign. We just don't sell a lot of Lynn's Foreign. The Punk, Jeff, I can't do 10 on this. I would do 22 on that. 22. It's called Conversation Records Presents Voice of Thousands Hardcore Compilation. I do 22 on that. Richard Group, 12 on Livingston Taylor. Sell that to Richard Group. What Kinks single is that? It's actually not a single. It's the Kinks low budget interview. Ray Davies talks with Ed Siake. It has low budget, which I think is the song. Interview, then the song Superman, then an interview, Catch Me Now I'm Falling. So it's actually interview and music. That is $14.99. $14.99. Best price on White Mansions. Terry, I will sell that to you for $32. $32 if you want that. Price on Deep Purple. Deep Purple was $34.99. Kinks and John K. $24.99. Well, somebody may be buying the Kinks. They asked about it right before you, but I'll go ahead and pull John K. out. Next is Deep Purple. I did that one. The Punk Comp was $22. Ben, I'll sell you both Kennedy records for $30. That's $10 off, 5 and 5 each. 15 and 15 if you want both of those. Jim Nelson passed on the Kinks, so Wayne offered $24.99 for both of them. So let's go ahead and sell those to Wayne for $24.99. Wayne, you get the Kinks and John K. for $24.99. Let's go ahead and sell those to Wayne. Next, any Billy Strings? No Billy. Somebody asked last night. Let's make a note to order some of him because I don't think most of his stuff's out of print. But Bo Diddley was $19.99. This is his Greatest Sides, which is a hits compilation. Terry Westwood said sold, and he asked about the White Mansions. So this is sold to Terry Westwood Tanner for $32, the White Mansions. Next was Jared offered $20 for Deep Purple. This Deep Purple, my best price on this right now, I would do this for $26 if anybody wants it. $26. Scott, you were second to the Kinks. Jeff McMaster passed on the Punk comp. Ben passed on the Kennedys. Brent offered $25 for Deep Purple. Martin offered $30 for Pink Floyd. Who offered first about, asked about this first? The Deep Purple. Who asked about this? Matthew. Matthew, if you want this for $26, it's actually yours. Steven just said 27. I just actually said 26. It's going to be sold to somebody. Matthew, then who was it? Matthew said pass, but he didn't hear that price first. And then Brent McKinney will be next if he wants it for 26. And then Stephen Chesney will be third. He's even willing to pay 27. So that's going to end up with somebody. And then let me see, Pink Floyd. Martin, this was $49.99 because of the condition and the label. If you want this, I will do it for $38. I'll say that for $38. The two JFK records. This is John Fitzgerald Kennedy, the presidential years, original speeches, and JFK, the presidential years, which is more speech selections. Those are 15 and 15 if anybody wants them. He can have it. Brent says he passes. Okay, so that means it's going to go to Stephen Chesney. Stephen Chesney goes to gets Deep Purple for $26, even though he offered $27. Martin Pryor is going to get the Pink Floyd for $38. That's sold to Martin Pryor. That's an interesting record if you've never listened to it. This have the Sahara. What's the name of that? The Nile Song. The Nile Song. Saris Meyer. Yeah, this is Cymbalon. This has got the main theme, of course, from Moore. Some interesting stuff there. Interesting stuff there for sure. That's a different kind of Pink Floyd. If you've never listened to that. What's the felt price of the copy? The nicest felt copy I have, VG's Odessa, is a 69 Pittman press, $49.99. It's very nice. $49.99. Or best offer. If it doesn't take the comp at that price, I will. Sell Paul Bill this Punk comp for $22. That's sold to Paul Bill for $22. I missed that earlier. And I missed Derek Clark. I'm not back to where I was. David Hilton said he'll take the JFK for JFK presidential years. This one here for 15. Sell that to David Hilton for 15. And Terry offered 40 for the Bee Gees. Well, this is pending to Derek Clark. Actually, he said he said he will take it. Wow, I'm missing all kinds of stuff. He said he will take it. Sell that to, let me swap out the JFKs first. He wants the blue one. So that one sold to David Hilton for 14. Derek Clark gets this one. Now, Terry Westwood, I do have another copy. It's not as nice. It has some chipping up here on the cover. And plus the vinyl is VG+. I'll sell that one for $35 if you want it. $35 on that one. So, Terry, there's one for $35. Still a felt cover, still a 69, yellow Atco label. The vinyl's VG+, and so is the cover, if you want that one for $35. All right, well, I called that crate kind of odd and unique, and now we've sold half of it. So, let me read through the titles one more time, because I've also seen the viewer count kind of jump up. So, we might have some new people watching. Let me read through those one more time. JFK, Bo Diddley, Joe Cocker, More Orphan Than Not, Umo Detect, not for sure on that one, Fahrenheit, Glenn Campbell, John Renborn, The Rumor, Charlie Louvin, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Arthur, Les, Harry, Graham, Fairport Convention, Bee Gees Main Course, Bee Gees Idea, Firefall, Porter, Don Sepsky, The Band of Holy Joy, Huxton Creepers, Forster Sisters of Seal, Chet Atkins, in Living Stereo. Let's go ahead and sell this BGs. The one here on top is sold to Terry Westwood for $35. Lee Rittenauer, Janis Joplin, Pearl. The Doors, Charlie, Speedy Keen, Frankie Lyman. You know, this is the only thing I didn't sell. Doc, I'm going to go ahead and sell that to you for $12. Sell that to Doc Smith for $12 if you still want it. That's the only thing in here we never did make a deal with on somebody, I think. The Doors, Charlie, Speedy King, D.L. Bryan, the Corgis, Lynn's Farn, the Knack, and Julie Felix. Yeah, well, there's still a JFK. Somebody asked about Bo Diddley. Everything else, though, I think I reached the deal with everybody. We do have 2 Japanese auctions as a buy it now. These is a $25 buy it now. Elton John Jump Up and Paul McCartney Pipes of Peace. Those are $25 buy it nows if anybody wants them. Sherry Darnell wants The Doors Soft Parade. Let me put up 2 other Japanese pressings. Like I said, we got a couple things here to get sold. Kind of a final call, last call type of thing on some of these. These have not put up. Now, I have sold 100 of these probably, Japanese pressings of Duran Duran. Let's try another one, $35 start, near mint pristine with the insert. 7 and the Ragged Tiger, Duran Duran. And Carole King, Speeding Time. Carole King is a $20 start, near mint pristine Japanese pressing. 35 on Duran Duran, 20 on Carole King. Let me go get a new crate of records. And wow, it's already 7 minutes till midnight. But we didn't start till when? 11:15. That's why it seems late, but also it's like, well, we hadn't been live that long. So. Let me grab some stuff from over. Six minutes to midnight. Yeah, when I was walking off, I was like, isn't that a song? I'm pretty sure that's a song. Yeah, Iron Maiden, 6 minutes to midnight. Now it's 5. Chad, do you have some outer sleeves? I do. A pack of 100 3 mil outer sleeves is $29.99. All right, here's another crate. Probably our last one of the night. I didn't realize it got so late. We may do another one after this. Depends on the time, and if y'all buy a lot of these or most of them, I'll probably do another crate. The Band Stage Fright, $34.99. I actually think this is folded. No, this comes with this. I've seen this before. This has like this flip that came over the top of it, like this. Has the little, like, obi. That is $34.99. That's the Band Stage Fright, $34.99. Let's see here. Brand X. This has Phil Collins in it. Brand X product, $19.99. The Rod Stewart album is sealed, $39.99. That might be an older Mercury pressing. $39.99, Rod Stewart album. That is sealed, never been opened. Johnny Nash, Let's Get Lost. Johnny Nash is $19.99. ABC Paramount. The Walker Brothers, The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore. $34.99 for the Walker Brothers. Red Smash label. Mike Williams, Free Man, Happy Man. Mike Williams, $24.99. Will and the Kill, $14.99. Gold stamp promo, Will and the Kill, $14.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, pictures at an exhibition, $19.99. Pictures at an exhibition, $19.99. Madonna, Borderline, $14.99. Earthquake, Why Don't You Try Me? Earthquake, $19.99. White label promo. John Cale, Artificial Intelligence, John Cale, $27.99. In shrink wrap, Joe Eli, High Res in shrink wrap and hype sticker, that is $14.99. Brianna wants the Madonna, and I got a couple more buy it now Japanese pressings. If anybody wants Duran Duran, $35 buy it now. I'm putting them over here with the other two, and Carole King was a $20 buy it now. $20 buy it now on those if anybody wants them. Horse Lips, the man who built America, that is sealed, $24.99. Go Little Honda, the Hondales, $29.99. Go Little Honda, the Hondales, that is $29.99. Godly and Cream, $19.99. Godly and Cream, L. The Essential Ramblin' Jack Elliott. The Essential Ramblin' Jack Elliott, $24.99. Jackie DeShannon, You're the Only Dancer, $9.99. Jackie DeShannon, You're the Only Dancer. Dave Edmonds, Twangin'. I feel like we had this one the other night. Swan Song, we did. We sold one last night, $14.99. Dave Edmonds, Subtle as a Flying Mallet. I think we had this one too. And we sold both of them. $19.99. There's two more Dave Edmonds. Darren, that's Bobby Darren, 1936 to 1974. 1974 white label promo, $19.99. 2001 Diodato, $19.99 for 2001. $19.99. Moby Grape 69, $29.99. Columbia 2i, very nice condition. Moby Grape 69, $29.99. What Brand X album? That was Brand X Product with Phil Collins, $19.99. Whistle Rhymes. This is John Entwistle, the bass player from The Who, $19.99. Earthquake for fans of the Stooges and MC5, Stones, and New York Dolls. That is Derek Clark's recommendation. If you like the Stooges, MC5, Stones, and New York Dolls, you're going to like Earthquake. Why Don't You Try Me? That's the name of the album, too. Why Don't You Try Me? Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall in Bold Venture. That is $19.99. Hair, the American Tribal Love Rock Musical. Hair is $19.99. Orange RCA label. These are all buy it now best offer if you're just hopping on. The Boomtown Rats, $19.99. The Boomtown Rats. I haven't figured out if this one's called V Deep, Very Deep, or 5 Deep. I'm not for sure, but it's the Boomtown Rats, $19.99. Joe Turner, Flip, Flop, and Fly. Joe Turner is sealed from 1989, $27.99. Streetwalkers Live, $24.99. That's a 1977 UK press. Streetwalkers Live, $24.99. 5 Deep it's called. 5 Deep, okay? Wendy said 10 on Boomtown Rats. Wendy, I will sell that to you for $15. Johnny Cash, Ballad of a Teenage Queen, $14.99. Johnny Cash, Ballad of a Teenage Queen, $14.99. The Pretenders, extended play. The Pretenders, extended play. Wendy said she'll do 15 on the Boomtown Rats. The Pretenders was $19.99 as well. Carly Simon coming around again. Carly is $12.99. Johnny Cash, Strawberry Cake, recorded live at the Palladium, London, England. Johnny Cash, $19.99. Michael Nath is going to buy the Pretenders for $15. Scott Smith wants the Earthquake for $15. We're on a $15 roll. 15, 15, 15. Last three. The Esquires, Get On Up. And Getaway, the Esquires, $19.99. Has some cover damage right here around the edge. Bonnie Raitt, Green Light, $9.99. Cave In, Tides of Tomorrow. Cave In is $44.99. $44.99. That's from 2002. Cave In. Mott the Hoople featuring Ian Hunter, The Collection. Mott the Hoople Collection, 2LP, 1987 UK press, $29.99. Austin Cokel wants the Brand X. It is still available. Let me figure out what I've done with it. It's right here. That's sold to Austin Cokel. Rod Stewart album or reissue, do we know? Well, let me show you a couple hints, and I'll tell you what I think. Of course, his true first album came out in the UK under a different name, something Raincoats. This is his first US release. It has this catalog number sticker over this sticker. It is a gatefold, but you see how it has this catalog sticker wrapped around the spine? That tells me it's not a first red label Mercury press. It's probably a reissue. But it is sealed, but instead of the catalog number, whatever it originally was, they've put another catalog number over that number. That tells me it's a reissue. That means they reissued it under a different catalog. But it is sealed. It's his first album, Street Fighting Man, Man of Constant Sorrow. Yeah, right here we go. Previously released as SR 61237. This is ML 8001. So this is 75 or later. That would definitely make sense. This originally came out in 69. This originally came out in 1969. That is $39.99. $39.99. What's Left? Phyllis Diller, $9.99. Bert Ganchich. Let me read that one again. Gansinch. Rosemary Lane, $19.99. $24.99 for both Johnny Cashes. There's one. There's two. Susie, I will sell you both of those for, what'd she say, 25 $35. Sell Susie both of those for $25. Susie, those are yours. Hank Williams Jr. live at Cobo Hall, $24.99. Hank Williams Jr. live at Cobo Hall. Willie Nelson Collector's Items promo, $24.99. Typical Barroom Scene. Typical Barroom Scene, $34.99. This is the Jolly Brothers. The Jolly Brothers. I don't think Mod is live. Let me check that. This is not live. Well, there's some live tracks on here. All the Young Dudes is live. Sweet Angel. It's a compilation, and some of the songs are live. Like All the Young Dudes, which is a David Bowie song. $29.99, or co-written by him. Gary Myrick, Language. Gary Myrick's in shrink wrap with hop sticker, $9.99. The Quinn Ames Band, $9.99. Heavy Duty Crowbar, 1972 Canadian, $24.99. $24.99. Crowbar, Heavy Duty, $24.99. APB Cure for the Blues. APB Cure for the Blues, $14.99. I think the Rod Stewart titles, the European stuff, well, it's not in here anymore. Rod Stewart's kind of like Elton John. His first albums were not released in the United States before they were released in other countries. Hence, the Rod Stewart album is the first album here in the United States, and then there was many, many more after this one. But before this came out in the States, he already had an album out in the UK and other parts of Europe, which was called Old Raincoats something something. Maybe somebody give me that title. Sell this to Richard Group for $28. Richard, that's yours for $28. Scott Smith wants CB, which is Crowbar. Raincoats for Old Gentlemen. Thank you, Tony Murphy. Tony, you get a gold star. The Firm, $26.99. The Firm, 26. Tony, are you still in Augusta or are you back? The Firm is $26.99. Paul Rogers and Jimmy Page. The Best of Gil Scott-Heron. The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. $19.99. In shrink wrap. $19.99. Joe Sloop Wants the Firm. Joe Sloop Wants the Firm. Sun Ain't Gonna Shine in This Crate. That was a Walker Brothers. Is it a comp? No, I think that's an original release by them. The Walker Brothers. Let me find that. The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore. Baby, you don't have to tell me. That is an original studio release of theirs. Mono, Red Smash label, $34.99. Elton John had an album called Empty Sky that was released first in Europe. His first album here was called Elton John. And then they released Empty Sky here in the United States for the first time in like 1977. So, Miss Dynamite. Miss Dynamite, A Little Deeper, $24.99. Don't let an old raincoat let you down. Raincoats for old gentlemen, or don't let, now we've got conflicting. Yeah, that sounds better. An old raincoat will never let you down. I knew it had the word raincoat in it. Yeah, I know. I saw those trees fall at the Masters. I couldn't believe it. But those things are also held up by cables. They got cables holding those things up. They're so sacred and tall, and they don't want to lose them. But, yeah, they lost a couple today in the storms. I guarantee, though, by tomorrow morning, they'll probably have brand new ones planted that's already 30 foot tall. They can do that kind of stuff overnight there. Flesh and Bone. Flesh and Bone Thugs. Truths Humbly United Gathered Souls. Flesh and Bone. $29.99 from 1986. They say they have fully sized, fully grown trees that they bring in there and they can plant like that. Herbie Mann. Standing Ovation at Newport in shrink wrap from 1965, $14.99. Really nice copy if you're into some Herbie Mann. Juventude, Flesh and Bone. Yeah, they have enough money there. They can do anything when make it look. They can put in a tree overnight and make it look like it's been there for 100 years. The Diner soundtrack is $24.99. The Diner soundtrack, $24.99. Gold stamp promo. Yeah, One Night. Beyond the Sea, Bobby Darin. That's a good one. Whole lot of shaking going on. Jerry Lee Lewis. Honey Don't, Carl Perkins. The Fleetwoods, Dale Vikings. Pretty good compilation. Terminator X and the Godfathers of Threat featuring Houdini. $14.99. Rare Jerry Lee Lewis, Volume 1. $14.99. Tony, you can just give me your ticket for next year. I'd love to go to an actual round. Rare Jerry Lee Lewis, Volume 1, 16-track album, $14.99. Nuggets Volume 2, 16 rare tracks by Jerry Lee Lewis. Rare Jerry Lee Lewis, $14.99. Michael Nath, I think, offered $12 for the first one. That's sold to Michael Nath. Susie Breedlove, first on the Diner soundtrack. Neil Young and the Shocking Pinks, Everybody's Rocking, $19.99. Neil Young and the Shocking Pinks, $19.99. The Masters is an unbelievable place. I've never been to something that's so manicured and perfect and beautiful. It's truly an amazing place. It's amazing. It's the most well manicured piece of property on earth. $24.99. The original motion picture score. The original motion picture score of what? Fellini Straticon. Is that the name of the movie? That is $24.99. Susie got Diner. Terry Westwood, $15 for Neil Young. I'll go ahead and sell you Neil Young for $15. Gary Samuels, $10 on Terminator X. Sell that to Gary Samuels. Soft Cell, The Art of Falling Apart. Soft Cell is $24.99. The Art of Falling Apart. Soft Cell, $24.99. Big Science, Laurie Anderson, $19.99. Big Science, Laurie Anderson, $19.99. I Love a Mystery presents Jack, Doc, and Reggie in their greatest radio adventure, The Temple of Vampires, $24.99. Sun City, Artists United Against the Apartheid, $24.99. Lena Lovitch, Stateless, $19.99. The Ozark Mountain Daredevils, It'll Shine When It Shines, $19.99. These are all buy it now best offer. Don't be afraid to make an offer. Cockney Rejects, Live and Loud, $29.99. Random Punk. Frank Sinatra, My Kind of Broadway, $14.99. The Freewheelin' Bob Dylan is $44.99. It's a 1967 Terre Haute press. Wow. That's not an OG, but it's still an older copy. Still should be a 2i. $44.99. Very clean. 67 Terre Haute. Is there a big hit on Soft Cell? The only Soft Cell hit I know is Tainted Love. And I know it's not on this one. So I'm going to say no. And I'm pretty sure, I don't really classify Soft Cell as a one-hit wonder. But I can't really name another song besides that one. Jim Croce, his greatest hits. This is a quadraphonic press. Quadraphonic, Photographs and Memories. Jim Croce, VG Plus, Gatefold, VG Plus, $29.99. VG Plus, $29.99. Yeah, you're thinking of Tainted Love. That's on Erotic Cabaret. Erotic Cabaret, I think is what that album's called. Susie Breedlove on Jim Croce. Susie Breedlove on Jim Croce. Laurie Anderson was Lou Reed's wife. Great album. Did not know that was Lou Reed's wife. Derek Clark always amazes me with the random facts of the night. Wayne Titsworth on Mott the Hoople for $20. Sell that to Wayne for $20. Let's see. The Dylan was $44.99. The Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. It is a stereo press. Quick little history on this album. Very clean. Actually, a very nice copy for a Columbia 2i. It is a 67. $44.99. Sell Terry Westwood, the Cockney Rejects for $20. So this album can be worth $1, completely beat up and destroyed, and just completely, kind of ruined. You probably can't give some away. There's also some versions that's worth thousands and thousands of dollars, as in tens of thousands of dollars. When Bob Dylan originally released this album, he intended it to have some other tracks. I can't quite remember the name of those songs. I'm sure somebody can let me know if they know this story. But he deleted some tracks because they were kind of political. And those were actually pressed on the West Coast. It's the Bob Dylan, Freewheelin' Bob Dylan with the deleted tracks. I think Heritage Auctions had one that sold for about $10,000 a few months ago. It's a very expensive album. It's very expensive. I don't think, or did it sell for more than that? I may be getting that confused with something else. So you said 67. Yeah, that was a 67 Terre Haute press, $44.99. Let's see here. Austin Cokel, $25 for the Walker Brothers. I will sell you 100,000. 100. I was about to say 100,000, not 10,000. 100,000. I didn't want to quote an exact price, but when I said 10,000, I was like, well, no, wait a second, because they just sold Heritage there for a while. They had that, and they had the sealed stereo First State Butcher that they sold for over $100,000. So, where are we at here? I'm trying to find the Walker Brothers. And I don't know if I got that exact history of the Dylan, but it's basically some deleted tracks that were only pressed on the West Coast. The Walker Brothers is hiding. I'll put it back up front. Sell that to Austin for 25. We're going to sell James Bragg Dylan for 38. We're going to sell that to him for 38. Yeah, let's see here. All right, I'm going to go back through these one more time. See if anybody is interested. Let's see here. My Face ID working. They've also sold Bob Dylan's own and stage played guitar for $396,000. That was also used by George Harrison. Yeah, there. Is that it? They sold one before that. March. This is one they sold July of last year. Let's see, 4 deleted tracks. Yeah, this one sold for $150,000 July of last year. Rocks and Gravel, Let Me Die in My Footsteps, Gambling, Willie Dead's Man's Hand, Talking John Birch Blues. That's what I'm talking about. Talking John Birch Blues. Yeah, $150,000. I got it right here too on Heritage. That's what it looks like. It has these deleted tracks on it. Right here. Very rare record, $150,000. It was only pressed on the West Coast. If you pull this up, you can read the entire history of it. But the Beatles at Shea Stadium, $106,250. That's some incredible stuff. That is some absolutely incredible stuff. So here's a concert poster. The concert Hank Williams was on his way to when he died, New Year's Day. That was the concert poster. They've had these before. There's a couple in existence, or maybe several in existence. The Canton Memorial. That was the concert poster to the concert he was en route to when he died. Yeah, they sold 2 last year. One for $150,000 and one for $137,000. So that's pretty incredible stuff there. The concert he died on his way to. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. We're going to stop the show there unless y'all absolutely want to see something else. We've got to clean up and wrap up. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I sell collectibles for a living, so this rare and just mind-blowing stuff. I spend a lot of time on Heritage looking at stuff. But yeah, we're going to do another show tomorrow night. I hate to end with 100 people watching. We have 99 people watching, but it's already 12:20, right, Tanner? And we have a mess. If y'all could see what the store looked like, it's going to take us like 2 hours probably to get out of here. So, but yeah, so if you get on there and read about that, this was only pressed on the West Coast with the deleted tracks, and then they pulled them. So that's what happened. So, what was the punk record in the front of the red bin? Let's see here. We have I didn't read back through these, did I? I had Soft Cell, Frank Sinatra, Ozark Mountain Daredevils, Lana Lovitch, Artists United Against the Apartheid, the Spoken Word Mystery Records, Laurie Anderson, That Thing, the Jerry Lee Lewis Nuggets, Herbie Mann, Miss Dynamite, Gil Scott-Heron, APB. This is Cure for the Blues. Is that? It looks awfully punk. Is this punk? $14.99 APB Cure for the Blues. Maybe that one. Paul. Quinn Ames Band, Gary Myrick, Typical Barroom Scene, Willie Nelson, Hank Williams Jr., Bert Gansich, Phyllis Diller, Cave, Bonnie Raitt, The Esquires, Carly Simon, Streetwalkers, Joe Turner, Hair, Humphrey Bogart, Whistle Rhymes, Moby Grape, 2001 Diodato, Bobby Darin, Dave Edmonds, Jackie DeShannon, The Essential, a Ramblin' Jack Elliott, Godley and Cream, The Hondales, Horse Lips, Joe Eli, John Cale, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Will and the Keel, Mike Williams, Johnny Nash, and the band. Let's see here. Paul Bill, I don't know if that was it. Let's see. Send a message through Facebook. I want a Dirty, Rotten, Filthy if I wasn't on the pre-order or waiting list. So let's make sure Juventude has a Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. Is Jackie Blue on Ozark Mountain Daredevil? You know, it actually may be. Yes, it is. Jackie Blue is on this one. One of their biggest hits. It's $19.99. Beautiful copy. $19.99. Buy it now. Best offer. But yeah, tomorrow we got all. Tomorrow will be more of like an on sale night. We will have new arrivals, but tomorrow we will really hit the half off hard. We'll do half off records. We'll do a lot of stuff like this. But tomorrow, usually Saturdays where John doesn't work, unless I get some stuff priced, which I will, it'll be a lot of on sale records. The Japanese pressings that didn't sell are right here. I've got them right here. Sell this to Jackie for $14. Jackie wants the Jackie Blue. Okay, so Foreigner is $20. That's Cold as Ice, Japanese 7-inch single. And these are all buy it nows. Rick Springfield, Living in Oz, $25. Duran Duran, Arena, $35. ABBA, the album, $35. Wham, Make It Big, $35. Wings at the Speed of Sound, $25. That's VG Plus. Strawberry Switchblade, the 12-inch album, that was $45. Wham Fantastic, $45. Carole King, $20. Duran Duran, $35. Paul McCartney, $25. Elton John, $25. Brianna wants Wham, Make It Big. Wham, Make It Big. And Tanner, that was $35 for Wham, Make It Big. Wendy wants Rick Springfield. That was $25 to Wendy Pierce. And Wendy wants Arena, Duran Duran. That was $35. So let's see what we got here. One more time. Foreigner was $20, Cold as Ice. ABBA was $35. Wings was a VG Plus, $25. Strawberry Switchblade, $45. The Wham Fantastic was $45. Michael Nath is going to get the Carole King for $20. Seven and the Ragged Tiger, that one was $35. We're going to sell Brent McKinney, Paul McCartney for $20. And Elton John Jump Up was $25. That is all that I have left. We had an entire crate of Japanese pressings when we started the night before last, almost 70. We are down to these 2, 4, 6, and the Japanese 7-inch you see there. Elton John, Duran Duran, Wham, Strawberry, Wings, ABBA. So tomorrow night, more records, and more records. So thanks. If you've joined us so far this week, we had an abbreviated week where I went to Augusta to see the Masters. We're back on regular schedule. Next week, we plan on having 6 sales in case you can't watch tomorrow. I hope you can watch tomorrow. We're going to have lots of great stuff. I do not do Record Store Day. We do not do Record Store Day records. No Record Store Day for us. We do have sales that week, but no Record Store Day records. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back in less than 24 hours, 7 o'clock Central Time, unless we decide to start early or unless we have people in here and we can't get started at 7, then we start a little after. But usually we start right at 7 o'clock, a few minutes before or a few minutes after. All righty. See y'all tomorrow at 7. Thanks for watching.